Welcome back, my friends. So, I want to go over a quick tour of my new caboose. A lot of people I see are not using a lot of these prefabs because they have a massive concrete foundation. And that's completely understandable because that's not how things work in the real world. So, we have to utilize all kinds of tricks and bull crap to hide that ugly thing. It is absolutely possible. I have zero foundation exposure at this location, and what I ended up having to do was do a place anywhere wall blueprint. And then you can snap the prefab to that existing door. But it is possible. I'm going to shut up. I'll let you see what's going on, and then I'll explain some of my merging. Hopefully, this gives you some ideas for your builds in the future. All right, let's take a look here. So we have our weapons and armor bench merged. Off to the right, it's going to pan over in a second, and you're going to see the apothecary and the honey. It's merged together. So I like to have crafting benches in most of my builds. That way it's a functional camp, not just aesthetically pleasing. And to each their own. A lot of people, they might not need this. You don't need this. You can go to the White Spring and you have everything. So I have the fridge, the water purifier, your Tinker's workbench, and the Chem bench all merged together. These are not ridiculously complicated builds, okay? Anybody can do this stuff with a little bit of effort. The one thing I do hate, though, is the cryo freezer. And what I did, I thought was halfway creative. I stuffed it in the jukebox. So that is something, that's an idea for you. You can fit the cryo freezer in that jukebox and then put a shelf right next to it, a table, something like that on the right hand side, and that way it looks like that display is sitting on the table. But yeah, this isn't like a ridiculously crazy merge thing that takes, an insane amount of technique. The hard thing is getting everything in that caboose. So I didn't have room for my scrap box. I ended up hiding it under the car. On the other side of the vehicle, I did the same thing with the ammo box. And you can see them underneath that front bumper. I could have hid them better, but I wasn't trying to hide them completely. I just didn't want them sitting out in the open, you know, right next to the caboose. It just wasn't what I was looking for. But hopefully, this gives you guys some ideas, and maybe you can incorporate some of this stuff in your future camp builds. Same thing at the very end, I did the brewing station and the fermenter. I merged it into one. Obviously, the couch has the ghoul chairs in it. The cooking station has the dirty water. It's a rainwater collector merged into it. So, yeah, it's simple merging, but the idea was I wanted to create clutter and the sense that it was actually functional and being lived in. And I think that I accomplished that. This prefab is a pain in the ass, to put it mildly, to build in. A lot of the stuff doesn't want to stick to the walls. The foundation's a pain in the butt to hide. But you can do it. You can completely hide that foundation. There's zero exposure on this build. Um, so yeah, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. And then, hey, you know what? Your camp. Why don't you show us? Put a link in the, comments, stuff like that. I like the Perv on camps. We're always doing it. That way we can expand our ideas. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.